What's going on, guys? It's Rahman. Welcome back to another episode of NBA Kicks. I am really excited for this week's episode because the NBA playoffs have officially started. Everything kicked off this past weekend. So this episode is going to include a couple of sneakers from game one, but it's also going to include the rest of the regular season kicks. Now you're gonna wanna keep in mind that I am doing a special, very special top 10 episode where I picked the 10 best sneakers from the entire regular season. You're definitely not gonna wanna miss that episode. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you get the alert right when that video drops sometime later this week. I'm not really sure when it is, but I do know that this year was an amazing year for sneakers in the NBA, and I can't wait to share with you guys what I think were the 10 best of them. But before we get there, I gotta get through the 10 best sneakers from week 25, so let's get started. Starting off the list at number 10, we have Russell Westbrook with the What the Why Not 0.2s. If you've been following NBA Kicks throughout the season, you already know that Westbrook was absolutely gunning for that number one spot as sneaker champ with an insane amount of special edition colorways that not only captured our imagination with its on-court visuals, but with their special edition packaging as well. Jordan Brand and Russ wrap up what was an amazing sneaker for the second signature model with this collaborative colorway that takes elements from all the colorways we saw throughout the season and combines them into one. There's a little bit of that cane colorway that we saw from last week on the heel of the midsole, as well as a splash of the Mario Kart inspired colorway all the way back from week 15 with a checkered flag graphic on the upper. It would probably take an entire video to break down every single colorway that was used on these, but if you want to do the work for me and list them all in the comment section below, please be my guest. Next up at number 9, we have Dirk Nowitzki with a custom colorway of the Nike Hyper Dunk X. Dirk Nowitzki is officially retiring from the NBA, and during his last ever home game in Dallas, Dirk brought out these customs, which honors the only team that he's played for throughout his entire 21 NBA season career with a classic blue and white color scheme, but he also shouts out his former team that he played for in Germany with what I'm assuming is their logo on the collar of the left shoe. Dirk's teammate Luka Doncic also rocked a custom Dirk colorway in the same game, but we're giving the spot here to Dirk because he's an absolute legend that will most definitely be missed on the court. So Dirk, congratulations on an amazing career. Danke. Coming in at number 8, we have Langston Galloway with a custom of the LG93 from Q4 Sports. Now, Langston Galloway is no stranger when it comes to NBA kicks, but for the past couple of weeks, he hasn't been able to crack the list. However, this week he's back strong with not one, but two custom colorways. The first colorway was done by Soul by Sir on Instagram and uses a galactic tie-dye Space Jam paint drip style theme that looks just as bananas as it sounds, and it has me thinking that since LeBron is reportedly having trouble signing big name stars to the cast of Space Jam 2, maybe Langston is lobbying for a spot with these customs. Hey, sometimes you just gotta shoot your shot. Next up at number 7, we have Langston Galloway again, this time with a Nipsey Hussle colorway. Langston finishes the season off strong with back-to-back entries on this week's list, but his second entry honors the late great Nipsey Hussle. Done by Andre WTL on IG, these customs use photorealistic artwork of Nip on both sides of the shoe, while the medial upper uses a tiled Crenshaw logo, which was featured on various items from Nipsey's brand Marathon, which is also featured with a red pull tab on the heel. It's great to see these guys around the league honor Nipsey with their feet work, but if you want to support Nipsey and his family, please consider copying something from his store with the link in the description box below. Next up at number 6, we have Dwayne Wade with a player exclusive colorway of the Leaning Way of Wade 7. Dwayne Wade's NBA career has officially come to an end, and he's celebrated with two colorways of his latest signature model that both use a glitter material on the mudguard as well as the hashtag #OneLastDance on the heel. Personally, I'm partial to this red colorway that he wore against the Sixers, but this gold colorway that he wore in his very last game is also pretty cool, and I can't deny that he wore a matching jacket during the after party. Now that is what I call swag. And next on the list at number 5, we have James Harden with an Iron Man colorway of the Harden Volume 3 from Adidas. Adidas recently announced a massive collaboration with the upcoming movie Avengers Endgame, maybe you've heard of it, which includes models such as the Dame 5 Pro Vision T-Mac 1 and of course Harden 3s. Being that James is probably the biggest star on Adidas basketball roster, it only makes sense that his shoe is inspired by Iron Man since Tony Stark is a massive star himself. This colorway uses the classic red and gold Iron Man color scheme alongside some embossed graphics on the upper that are very reminiscent of Iron Man's high-tech armor, but lack the technology, much to the delight of his defenders. The Marvel pack from Adidas is set to drop on April 26th, the same day Endgame hits theaters, so let me know in the comment section below if you plan on picking up a pair from the pack and who you think is going to die in Endgame. I got my money on Tony Stark. I don't want it to happen, but that's just how I feel. Coming in at number 4, we have Kyrie Irving with a player-exclusive colorway of the Nike Kyrie 5. After over a year of drought, playoff Kyrie is officially back and he returns with a very unique colorway of his 5th signature model. The reason why I love this colorway so much is because it uses a combination of colors that we don't see very often. The pink upper paired with a faded Volt swoosh and matte blue laces go perfectly with each other, as well as with the gray outsole and unique design on the upper that kind of sort of remind me of a cheesy Hawaiian shirt, but I doubt that's the inspiration behind this colorway, which we're still unsure what exactly inspired this colorway, but either way, it's cool, it's dope, it's unique, and it lands at number 4 on this week's list. Next up at number 3, we have Chris Paul with a very, very special colorway of the Jordan CP312s. Now, if you didn't know, which I don't blame you if you don't because this is a basketball show, but Tiger Woods just won his 5th Masters tournament in an amazing comeback victory that captured the imagination of sports fans all across the world, including one Chris Paul who rocked this special colorway of his 12th signature model that uses a red color scheme as well as a special tiger print material on the heel and medial side of the upper. Don't ask me how Chris Paul knew that Tiger would win the Masters and that he would celebrate by rocking this colorway, but it does kind of make you wonder, like, how did Chris Paul know Tiger was going to win? I mean, is this just a coincidence? Do we believe in coincidences? I mean, shoot. Really starting to seem like the Illuminati's real. Coming in as our runner-up, we have Kevin Durant with this colorway of the Nike KD12. Kevin Durant makes his 2019 playoff debut with this Don C curated colorway of his 12th signature model that is apparently inspired by the movies. Don C and KD have collaborated this postseason to bring us special colorways of the KD12s that pay homage to the 90s, and like I said earlier, this particular colorway is inspired by the movies. After doing a little bit of research, I found out that this colorway is inspired by the classic movie White Men Can't Jump, as well as Above the Rim starring none other than Tupac. It really seems like KD loves the 90s and the basketball movies from that era, which is kind of odd because you would think he would want to star in Space Jam 2, since Space Jam is a basketball movie from the 90s. Finally, at the number 1 spot, we have Donovan Mitchell with a custom colorway of the Adidas Pro Vision. Now, Mitchell did debut his first ever signature model, the Don issue number 1, during game 1 of the NBA playoffs, but before that, he rocked this Spider Mitchell inspired colorway of the Pro Visions. We all know I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man, so you know I couldn't pass on these at our number 1 spot. But besides that, this custom is just absolutely fantastic on its own, with a Spider-Man mask design on the toes that make me extremely frustrated that the Marvel pack from Adidas doesn't include a Spider-Man colorway, but I do feel a little bit better that Donovan Mitchell's signature sneaker made its debut in a Spider-Man-esque red and blue color scheme, but I like these Pro Visions better anyways, and that's why you're seeing them at the number 1 spot as the best sneaker worn in the NBA during week 25 of the 2018-19 NBA season. Let me know which of these 10 sneakers is your favorite in the comment section below, and remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the top 10 episode of the best sneakers from all season long. My name's Jaron, it's been great having you. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.